Hey, closet busters and bold move makers. It is time once again for a live uncloseted riff and rant. And I don't want to make this about politics, so to speak, but I just want to kind of comment on this whole thing that's now come unfolded with the Mueller report and everything, and parallel it to our truths. The truths that all of us have to face at some point in time. I remember when I was hiding in the closet and not living my truth, and quite honestly being kind of a son of a bitch, cheating and all that sort of stuff. I realized I really needed to have some sort of a special counsel checking me out. And as my own internal special counsel started to check me out and bring me closer to my truth, I was then able, like truly able then, to step back once I came through those closet doors and realize there was a report I needed to make to myself. And the report I needed to make to myself was, it was time for me to own up and oblige my truth. Because the more I owned up and obliged my truth, the sooner I could move forward to actually living my truth. But simultaneously, I also had to oblige my desires. And those desires were to be more myself, to pursue happiness of being a gay man, to truly oblige myself to go after the things that are most important to me, whether that be my career, being the kind of father I wanted to be, being the kind of husband I wanted to be, and enjoying many, many things. And many of those things happened to mean I was living my gay life the way I was meant to. But also, as I started to look at that little report that I was putting together in my own way, as I was being my own special counsel, so to speak, I also had to admit my own mistakes. I had to oblige that I was a mistake maker. And the more I obliged those mistakes and came clean with them and admitted them, I suddenly began to shed the anger and the need to keep creating lie after lie. And then I began to oblige myself as being human. Because you see, in my mind, to come out of the closet and oblige your truth, to come out of the closet and oblige your dreams, to come out of the closet and oblige your mistakes, those are just a few of the things that when you oblige them, you oblige yourself to be human. And the more human we become, the better human we can be. And all I can say is, I'm still waiting for the real report that proves to me that somebody leading this country is really being human for human's sake and doing good for all the humans on the planet. And until he and this administration begin to oblige their truth and truly step into their truth and quit just placating their own desires, but obliging their desires for the good of the country, and start accepting and obliging and admitting that they are making some mistakes and admitting that they are hurting humanity, it's going to be really hard for me personally to oblige any respect for what is going on. And I know I didn't want to turn this into a political thing, but I just felt compelled to get it off my chest. Because as I stepped into being my own commander-in-chief in 1999, as a gay man, I realized the more truthful I was, the more I leaned into my own desires, the more ready I was to admit my mistakes, the better human I became. So I'm going to invite all of you to think about that and ask yourself, what do you need to oblige yourself to do today? What truths, what desires, what mistakes, and what would it be for you to fully oblige being the best human that you could be for yourself by doing those things? And just think about it, take it for what it's worth, and know that the more you oblige yourself, the more you uncloset yourself to go out and face your fears, make your bold moves, and live life without apologies. Thanks for listening, everybody. We are going to be back in just a few days with another episode of Life Uncloseted. We are winding down these rants and riffs, and I know you've been hearing me say that for several weeks. But basically, I'm hoping by the end of April, we will wind it down. My new podcast, 40 Plus, Real Man, Real Talk, will be taking this time slot, coming out on Friday mornings. And it'll be a great conversation for you guys to listen to, and even some of you ladies to take back to your guys and say, hey, you might want to listen to this. We have some super conversations coming up. We've already talked about respect, infidelity, divorce. I just did one about spirituality with someone. I've got some coming up around using humor in your relationships. Just some really good talks coming up, and some stuff where guys are being completely vulnerable and truly themselves. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to continuing to do these conversations with you. And I have to tell you, next week you are in for a real treat. My guest is Laura Gassner-Otting. Her brand new book, Limitless, is coming out the 1st of April. And we're going to have a great conversation about what it means to truly be in consonance with yourself. So that's it, folks. Have a great week, and we'll be back with you in just a few days on Life Uncloseted. Take care.